Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It is Friday. We're looking forward to a full card of Premiership fixtures over the Saturday and the Sunday. And in the studio to discuss it, Alan Rough and Barry Ferguson here with me. And as ever with Scottish football, you'll get no shortage of opinion. Let's cut to the chase. Barry Ferguson, you had a column after the midweek fixture saying that we're dealing now with a snowflake generation of fans who are desperately trying to be upset at anything. Pundits, of course, as well, all in the mix in this one.
Yeah, that's my view, certainly on the Morelos and Lee Griffiths incidents. Look, I'm not condoning what they've done, but listen, for me, it's not too serious, let's be honest. I think you should just go on with it and move on and stop bringing it up when a player does something silly. I mean, I look back at the game, I watched the Lee Griffiths incident, and there was nothing really in it, Peter, let's be honest. The guy was giving him a bit of abuse. Lee threw back a bit of tape. Now, you know yourself, the tape it around your socks, it's as light as a feather. It was nothing. Look, at the end of the day, Lee should have just went straight up the stairs and sat down with a smile on the face after a very good performance. But a lot of people try and make a mountain out of a molehill for me. Yeah,
and over and above that, there seems to be this. I think personally, I understand players' mentality. If somebody's getting on your goat, you want to, if you ram the ball into the back of the net, you want to get back at them. But the whole Chris Boyd affair now has got a situation where apparently Celtic are writing to Sky Sports over an opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in Chris Boyd. I didn't agree with a lot of Chris Boyd's stuff, but I didn't see anything that he spoke about Lee Griffiths' health issues. I didn't grasp anything like that, so that's been turned round and twisted a wee bit. I think Chris stuck to his facts and figures of what Lee Griffiths has done over the last couple of years. That's fair enough, it's an opinion, but I don't see where Celtic are coming from in this one.
Yeah, the manager Neil Lennon spoke about it today, amazingly, and he is 100% behind the club and Lee Griffiths.
Not really, I support the club, and I think a little bit more sort of discretion or tact, could be used at times, and we want Lee to flourish now and be happy, and he's got plenty of mental strength, otherwise he wouldn't have been at the club here for so long.
Yeah, well, it's Celtic against Ross County. It's one of those games where I don't think too many people are anticipating a shock on this one. County are 16-1 to try and get a win there, and I think the last time they got a win was back in 2016. It was a League Cup fixture, so it's been a while.
It's been a while, and I can't see it happening. I'll be honest, I was impressed with Celtic against Kilmarnock on Wednesday night. They went a different formation. Obviously, Neil Lennon's trying something new. And I thought certainly Edward and Lee Griffiths up top looked a real threat. So I can't see anything apart from Celtic winning this game convincingly.
Yeah, and of course the manager himself, I'm looking at it, and if you go back over the last 20 games, only 2 defeats for Celtic, one against Rangers in the most recent fixture, and the other one was against Cluj. So they are gaining a real run here, and of course the manager wants to keep that momentum going.
I'm looking forward to it. I thought we played really well on Wednesday. Again, a difficult opponent and difficult venue. Nice to be back at home. We played well against Ross County in both the games, so we're hoping for more of the same and trying to build a bit of momentum going into, it's going to be 3 away games after this one.
Big game on the Sunday, Tynecastle, Hearts against Rangers. Of course, the Rangers fans will be delighted to hear that over the next 24 hours, a deal to extend Jermaine Defoe's contract is imminent. Good bit of business for a 37-year-old striker.
Yes, I think it's great business. Not just what the guy brings on the pitch, I think off the pitch as well. His experiences in the game. he's certainly, for me, he's played a part in Morelos improving on the field, and I'm sure a lot of his teammates will look up to him. Certainly younger kids coming through at Ibrox, so I think it's a great bit of business. He clearly looks after himself. 37-year-old, I know a lot of people look and say it's a fair age, but the guy, he's a credit to the sport, Peter. Yeah. And I think it's important that Rangers try and get this deal sorted.
Yeah, I mean, he is a credit to the game, the way he conducts himself, Roughie. And the fact is, you know, over the years, when you look back at his time at Tottenham, they loved him. You look at his situation, how he dealt with things at Sunderland as well, with the young fan who tragically lost his life. He's just been everything you want as an ambassador, but never mind off the pitch and his conduct on the pitch. I mean, he's banged in something like 16 goals this season.
Yeah, and he's banged them in as soon as Morelos isn't there. You know, that's why the manager's loving him. You know, he doesn't have to worry about who's sitting on the bench or who's coming in to replace Morelos, because every time he comes in, he scores. You know, and you're right, and Barry's right as well. He must be such an influence run about the whole dressing room to the younger players that's there.
Yeah, new deal for Defoe. The manager can't contain his excitement.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely fantastic for the likes of Joe and Glenn Kamara, the younger lads in the group. Someone to aspire to and look up to. And he plays a pivotal part on and off the pitch, so it's massive. And I'm so happy that in a couple of days or a day or two we'll get some good news on that.
Third game of the suspension for Morelos, but again, Steven Gerrard will know if you've got somebody like Defoe who again just had a half chance against St Mirren, and he knows where the goal is. Yeah, and it was similar when they played Hibs a month or so back at Easter Road. He showed his quality there with Morelos missing. Look, Morelos is a big player, there's no doubt. He's been great for Rangers this season. He's scored a hell of a lot of goals, but listen, it's a great guy to back it up in Defoe. Yeah, and of course they're coming up against the Hearts side who will have Liam Boyce wearing the maroon shortly. He'll be coming back to Scottish football. I think that's a great bit of business if they can get him. He scores goals. Yeah, well, we obviously saw that up at Ross County, you know, for the whole season. You know, he was fantastic. That's why he got his move. He will be a good addition to Hearts. They seem to have been struggling for goals just now. But they'll look at the positives of the midweek, nothing each, and think that the things are on the turn. But I think Rangers will give them something to think about at the weekend. Yeah, and with Berra away, you can tell Daniel Stendhal is keen to try and bolster that back line. Toby Sibic, he knows all about him from Barnsley. He'll get him in a loan deal. A young player, but a defender nonetheless. So as all the players are getting shifted out, he's starting to mould his own team. And even Gerrard himself, Barry, admits that they're facing what could be a different style of Hearts. We expect a slightly different challenge in a few ways, because I think a manager's come in and changed the style, changed the philosophy, and changed quite a few players. The one thing I think about Hearts at the moment, they do need a lift to get a 0-0 draw against Ross County in midweek. Tynecastle is one of those places, if you can get the first goal, suddenly the whole atmosphere in the stadium changes. Yeah, that's key when you go there. You try and score the first goal, as you says. If Hearts get it, it's a great place to play football. I've said it many a times, and the fans will get right behind them. But it's key that Rangers go there and try and get that first goal, which is important, and I think they will. Look, it's going to be tough. He's brought in his own players. I think he's done the right thing, the manager, getting ready, some players and bringing in his own, and it'll start to change, but hopefully not on Sunday. Yep, 3-0 I've got Celtic against Ross County, and I've got Rangers to win it by a goal to nil. Roughie, what have you got for the Old Firm? I'm 3-0 Celtic, and I'm 2-1 Rangers. I'm 4-0 Celtic and 2-1 Rangers. Okay, going for high scores there, Barry, always a worry. It's the head-to-head. We'll show you that head-to-head on Monday. And of course, I think Roughie and I have managed to find a book which has the top 100 restaurants in Scotland, and we are sifting through it as we speak, because we know Barry is looking odds on to be a loser this season anyway. We're going to talk about the third force in Scottish football. Who are we talking about? It's Motherwell coming up after we have a look at the old competition. 1989, Roughie. Did you get 89? Were you on the mark with it?
Yeah, I did. I think it was the third clue I got it. I didn't get it with the first two clues, but I got it with the third one.
What was the third clue?
The third one was the football question. I think it was Van Basten.
Yeah, that's what swung it for you, the Ballon d'Or, yeah?
Theo Snelders.
I thought you were going to say, Theo Snelders. He signed for Rangers as well, and he was Player of the Year while he was at Aberdeen. Okay, so we've talked about Celtic and Rangers. Here's the fixtures. Here's how it all pans out. We're going to be talking about the third force, Motherwell, who are taking on Hibs. Elsewhere, it's Hamilton, Livingston, St Johnstone, Kilmarnock and St Mirren against Aberdeen as well on the Sunday. So with that in mind, Hibs desperately want to try and build under Jack Ross. I think he gave them an absolute pounding in midweek when they went in at half-time. A goal down, Jack Ross wasn't happy about it. They came out, got the win, and the win is down to a man that's attracting interest from Celtic, Martin Boyle. $1.5 million if Celtic are going to try and prize him away from Easter Road. Yeah,
you could see why Hibs were struggling when he was out with the injury. He picked up when he was away playing with Australia. And since he's come back, he's been absolutely fantastic. And when you've got a winger like that, with the pace and the delivery, that's when the strikers start getting the benefit, and that's when another problem that Hibs have had that the strikers haven't. But since he's come back, they're now scoring goals, so you can see his worth to the team. Yeah, just 2 wins in the last 5, Barry. And I think from that point of view, they'd like to try and, get a bit of momentum themselves, Hibernian, but they're up against a Motherwell side that they are the third force, and they've got so many players that have been receiving, great praise this season, and rightly so.
Yep, they've been different class, Peter. Let's be honest. They've went to difficult places. Certainly Wednesday night, you don't get much more difficult than going to Pittodrie, and they come away with 3 points. So look, I think they deserve to be in third place. The manager and the players deserve a hell of a lot of credit. And as you says, going into this game, Hibs won't fancy going to Fir Park. It's a difficult place to go. Confidence is clearly sky high, so I think Motherwell will win this one. Yeah,
I mean, I look at their team, the way he's built a side with a wee bit of grit in there. You'll get a wee bit of bite from the likes of Hartley and Grimshaw. But again, I'm just looking at Liam Donnelly scoring the goal that gets them the win in midweek as well. He's attracting attention too. Motherwell, I think, have got the perfect blueprint of how a club should be run in Scottish football these days. Yeah, I've been really impressed with the young boy Scott. I think since he's come in, he's getting better and better as well. And Motherwell have always been like that year on year. They always bring somebody in, and unfortunately they tend to lose them eventually. But I mean, the way Motherwell run that club, that's what they do. They just keep bringing young players in and making money.
The boy Polworth they got for Cally Thistle, he was one that he always sort of impressed me when I watched Cally Thistle, and I was surprised that nobody took a punt on him, and Motherwell's the only club that's done that, and you see he's playing some great stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Just on that, Motherwell, I'm going for a win, 2-1, Roughie? No, I'm going to go for Hibs 2 each. Wow. Hold on a second, you're going to go for Hibs 2 each? 2 each, yeah, Hibs and Motherwell 2 each. Oh, right. One of those golden nugget moments again, Barry. I'm going to go for Hibs 2 each. What about yourself? I'm going 2-0 Motherwell. Yep, okay. Aberdeen, well, rumblings up in the Granite City over their manager Derek McInnes, which I'm gobsmacked at. So am I. I don't know how many times we've said it on the programme that I think he's done a great job up there. When he gets 1 or 2 iffy results, the fans seem to have a go at him, which I find surprising. Look, he'll be disappointed, but listen, this is where good managers come in, therefore, and I think he'll have them working hard on a training ground, and I think they'll go down to St Mirren and they'll get something from it. Yeah, Niall McGinn says, don't worry, long way to go, and we will catch Motherwell. No, quite rightly so. You would expect them, to get their act together. That was a surprise result of the weekend. I think it will be neck and neck between the two of them. I would agree with him. I think eventually Aberdeen will overtake Motherwell. Unfortunately, Motherwell still have their wee inconsistencies. The Hamilton game where they lost at home. But if they don't, it's going to be great. We were talking first and second. Why not talk up third and fourth? Yeah, the biggest problem though, and I think Joe Lewis, the goalkeeper, mentioned it. You've got to try and help out
Sam Cosgrove. It can't only be him scoring all the goals here. I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, well, wait a minute, he's bagged over 20 goals for the Dons. The rest of them are nowhere near his total. You need more from elsewhere.
Yeah, you need them for midfield. If you've got forward-playing midfielders, who are going to chip in with maybe 10, 15 goals, you look at Celtic, look at their midfield, the McGregors and the Christies, they're all chipping in goals, because the striker's not going to score every week, and it's a lot of pressure to put on them. So, yeah, midfield players really need to chip in.
Yeah, it's Aberdeen against St Mirren at New St Mirren Park. Of course, it was a part of the bus job for St Mirren in midweek. But now you're looking at them and you're saying to yourself, at home against a Dons side that, just of late, I just think some teams might think we can take something.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be different tactics for Jim than he went to Ibrox on Wednesday night. I think they'll load them up and they'll try and have a go at Aberdeen. But as I says, I think Aberdeen have got enough quality to get something. I think they'll win the game.
Yeah, how big a blow is it losing Kyle McGuinness?
Yeah, again, he's another player. When I watched a lot of Championship football a few years back, he was one that always stood out.
Yeah.
Now he's captain. He's got that added responsibility. So that'll be a big blow, bad injury. So he'll need to try and replace him. Yeah,
and over and above that, Derek McInnes has mentioned, St Mirren Aberdeen aside, that he thinks we should be pulling out all the stops, Roughie, to try and help Steve Clarke just to try and give him as much preparation as possible for this playoff in March.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, somebody's come up with a suggestion the Friday night. I would like to think, although Rangers and Celtic really do have to look after themselves with the European fixtures, I would like to think we'd all get round the table and sort something out. But it's okay doing that for the Scottish game. A lot of their players in our squad are down in England.
Yeah.
So are they going to do anything for their fixtures? I don't think so.
Interesting headline from Steve Clarke, though. He says he knows 9 of the 11.
Yeah.
Where do you think the two, if you were a gambling man, Roughie?
Well, it's a difficult that one. Obviously, I don't think he's made up his mind yet in Lee Griffiths. I think he wants Lee Griffiths to be playing. Yeah. This new striker that's come in, not going to be sitting in his bum. So I think Lee Griffiths, the striker role, and we've already discussed that we think Lee Griffiths is a better striker with somebody up front with him.
Yeah.
It might be the other striker or somebody who's going to push forward and help him. Don't think the goalkeeper's a problem. Maybe full-back.
Yeah, maybe a full-back or a
centre-half. Or a centre-half,
yeah.
So I don't see any problems in midfield at all.
You agree with that, Barry?
Yep, I think it's going to be the full-back position he's got an issue with.
Yeah.
Yep, and up top.
Okay, there you have it. Elsewhere, Hamilton against Livingston. On this one, Levy will surely fancy their chances when you consider the season they're having.
Yep, another good 3 points midweek against St Johnstone, but this is where Aki's pull out surprise results, and I think they'll pull one out here. I just think, look, you can never write Aki's off.
Yeah. Well, I think it's such a great point that Barry makes, and on another season, if he was close in the predictor, we'd probably listen to what he's saying right now, but
I've got to gamble.
That's exactly that's what's screaming out at me. Here's a gamble from Barry Roughie on this
the
one.
next couple of weeks, then if it doesn't happen, I'll just
take your medicine, get the red wine in. Roughie?
Yeah, well, my tactics are not to let Barry catch up with me, so I'm taking the same score as him, 2-1.
I'm going for Livy. He's the boss person ever in the competition. I'm going to take Livy to win that one. St Johnstone against Kelly. St Johnstone, I think they need recruitments. If they lose Matty Kennedy, definitely need players in. But I think Kelly have got enough. I was impressed with them in midweek.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Certainly, the second half, they came out. I liked the new boy they had up top. He looked pretty dangerous, I thought, when Brophy came on as well. I've always liked him, and he looked nippy the last 30 minutes. So I think Kilmarnock will have enough to go up with St Johnstone.
Roughie, how are you seeing it?
Yeah, I think a big loss. Murray Davison been out for a couple of months, so I think the best that Johnson can get out of this one is a 1-each draw.
Yeah, I always think it's good if you come into a club, even if you come from non-league football, it doesn't matter. If you start scoring goals and they suddenly have a song about you, and it's not exactly difficult to come up with a song for Nicky Kabamba. I mean, it just rolls off the tongue. The big man came into the press conference. They lost to Celtic in midweek, but he was happy that he got a goal. Strikers just love that. They're always got that wee selfish streak about them, haven't they?
Yeah, he certainly looks as if he's got goals in him,
Yeah.
you know, so that'll be the good thing for Kelly, but I still can't separate both of them.
Okay, we've cut it through all the games. You can give us your opinion right across all of our social media as well. Give us your thoughts on Twitter. Don't forget, Monday to Friday on Facebook Live. If you get a chance, do look at our podcast on the YouTube channel. And of course, you've got all that unique content if you subscribe to it. If you like to listen to the podcast, we're across all the platforms. And this week's podcast with Gus McPherson and Tam Cowan, well worth a listen indeed. Roughie's in fine form. You'll find out what happened with his watch as well. That's well worth a listen. Anyway, on that point, thanks to Roughie, thanks to Barry Ferguson. From myself, Peter Martin, have a great weekend. Enjoy your football, go home safely, and try and stop moaning about people throwing tape at you. Good night.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.